lays down, and I've had a wrestling career that goes back 60 odd years, combined with the music industry. And I can remember way back in 1968, which you'll all remember, you kids, and I used to run shows in London at the Lyceum with a chap from Queensborough, who some of you may remember, Screaming Lord Such. And a lot of the wrestlers have settled on the island. They wouldn't come back to the mainland. There's particularly three, like Mel Stewart, pretty boy Mel Stewart. He lives in Minster. Round the corner from there, the Borg twins, Tony Borg, and round the corner from him, legendary lightweight Tony Scarlo. So it's a fabulous history of wrestling and music here on the island. Before I introduce the person that I've been asked to do, I'd like to say hello to two special friends that are here, and they are local. Anybody remember the great late Johnny Yearsley? Way back before the kids' time. Any of the parents remember Big John? Well, many, many years ago when I was a boy, I nearly drowned, and I was 11 years old, and John pulled me out of the water and saved me, and he brought me up like I was his little brother. I didn't know that he was a Mr. Universe, and I didn't know he was one of Britain's top television stars until many years later. But he got me into wrestling when I was 11, and he sadly passed away now, but he left a legacy. He left a little girl, and that little girl lives in Sheerness, and she's here tonight with her little girl. Will you please just say hello to the daughter of the great Johnny Yearsley, Emma Yearsley. Thank you. She's my little sister. And also we have a very special guest who's not a wrestler, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but he is a very, very famous singer. He's probably Britain's top Elvis tribute act. And I say that because I've seen quite a lot of them over the years, and he is unbelievably fabulous. He doesn't do the white suit Vegas stuff. He does the middle years of Elvis with the leathers and the songs like Return to Sender. He's just finished a great tour of the Elvis 69 show that he's producing and starring in. Please say hello to the one and only Scott Elvis. And he's got his little boy Ted there. If ever you want to, if you like Elvis Presley, just look him up on the internet, and by golly, you'll be thrilled to bits, I promise. Okay, now the reason that I've been asked to stand here, ladies and gentlemen, is to introduce a very special wrestler, a legend from the old days. I've known him for over 50 years, and just to make you, if I may, laugh a little, we've had so many good times together. I remember we did a show one night where he was wrestling the deaf and dumb star Harry Kendall. I was MC, and we were all in the middle of the ring, and the bout finished, and before I knew where we are, the ring had collapsed, and we all went down the hole in the middle. Disappeared without trace, all three of us. On another occasion, we were wrestling, I was actually wrestling him in a club with a very low ceiling. And he picked me up to body slam me, and as we went up, my feet went up through the false ceiling and got hooked on the metal bars, and like a bat. And what did he do? He got out the ring, I went back to the dressing room and just left me hanging there. And one more, if you'd like me to share it with you. He's laughing, because he used to wrestle as the gay one. And that goes back to the days when, of course, it wasn't really popular to be gay. He did a camp act, and he would come in, and he'd wear hair to his shoulders. He'd have a handbag, and a mirror, and his makeup, and his deodorant, and he'd stand in the corner, and he'd put it all on. And we were asked to do a show in Harrow Weald, for the Green Shield Stamp Company. And we were told that Mr. Cohen, who owns Tesco, would be there. So we did the show, and out come the gay one, and in the middle of the bout, he got kicked between the legs, thrown into the ropes, took a tumble over the top and landed in the lap of Mr. Cohen, who we didn't know at the time. And of course, as part of his act, he would open his trunks and say, look what he's done. Well, We went back to the dressing room, and in the interval, I got a message to say, Mr. Cohen would like to see you in the bar, and will you bring Vincent with you, the gay one? So I had no choice. I said to him, can you stay gay? Because he's not really, but I said, can you please stay gay just while we meet him and apologise for what you did? So off we went to the bar, and I said, good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Cohen, it's nice to meet you, I'm really sorry that happened. And he said, I'd like to meet Vincent. And so he came out and said, hello, Mr. Cohen, lovely to meet you. And he says, lovely to meet you too, Vincent. So on that basis, we got a contract for 6 months, but only on a basis that he was top of the bill for every one of the 6 shows. Ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the great legends. When he finished wrestling, he started to teach some of these youngsters that are here tonight with me at our Dropkicks gym in Lakeside. After that, he helps me run the British Wrestlers Reunion. He has collected thousands of pounds in raffles for charities. 2 years ago, we were able to donate £800 to the Lee Rigby Foundation, giving them to Lee's parents, the murdered soldier, thanks to his efforts on the raffles. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend that is Vince Randell. Now we're going to present Vince with a Lifetime Achievement Award, and to do that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to formally introduce you to your MC of the evening. He's also the promoter and the man that brings these shows to you. He came to me as a schoolboy virtually saying, I don't want to be a wrestler, I want to be a promoter. He's now the 2nd biggest promoter in Great Britain. Ladies and gentlemen, Sanjay Bagga.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your very own Vince Randell. Well, what can I say? Really? Yes, that did happen. And we did get the contract, must admit. I mean, I'm not gay. No, I'm not gay. You know I'm not gay. Anyway, nice to meet you lot. You're a good crowd, I tell you. Very good crowd. Thanks a lot anyway. That's what we want, really.
The great gay one himself, Vince Randell. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for being so patient with me. Thank you for the welcome. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Let's get on with what we're here for, some wrestling. Thank you so much.